We're going to go ahead and get started. This is chapter 11 of the Used Car Manager's Ultimate Playbook, and let's get right into it. In this section, it's profit, structure, and growth. Chapter 11, pay plans that drive performance. Change the pay, change the behavior. Fastest way to change a behavior is to change a pay plan. I know it sounds pretty rough, but at the end of the day, if you want a performance team, you're going to have to tweak certain pay plans to drive different behaviors. Why pay plans matter more than pep talks. If you want to know what people care about, look at how they get paid. Every problem in a dealership can be tracked back to the pay plan that rewards the wrong behavior. If salespeople are cherry picking customers, it's because the plan allows it. If managers push volume at the expense of gross, the plan allows it. If BDC agents rush appointments that don't show, the plan allows it. Rule number one, you can't fix behavior until you fix what drives it. Second point, the purpose of a pay plan. A good pay plan should drive the right behavior, be simple enough to explain in under 60 seconds, pay for controllables, not luck, scale profitability as volume grows. Complex pay plans create confusion. Confused people don't perform. Rule number two, the plan should guide decisions, not require a calculator. And I've been to plenty of stores where you needed a calculator to figure that out. And you had to kind of jump through all kinds of hoops. And it was, you want to have a pay plan designed for clarity, know exactly where you need to drive sales. The foundation, align pay with profit. Every position in your used car operation should align with gross velocity and net performance, not just units. So no matter what role, whether it's a salesperson, BDC agent, used car manager, recon service, you need to have a primary metric. And that primary metric for salesperson should be units sold, gross per copy. And a key pay trigger would be volume plus PVR targets. Same for BDC agent, appointments shown, sold ratio, show and sold bonuses. Used car manager, turn rate, net to gross, monthly volume, and gross ROI. Recon service, time to front line, door rate compliance, and 3-day average plus profit margin. Everyone gets paid for speed, profitability, and consistency. If you want consistency, change the pay plan. Target around the specific measurables that you want measured. Salesperson pay plan. I put in some examples that are pretty baseline type pay plans to help you. So let's use a 100-car store. Average front gross, call it $1,500. This is after pack, or you can, if your store is, this is before pack maybe. But average units, just for round numbers, we're going to say $1,500 on the front end gross. Average units per salesperson, maybe they're averaging 12 per month. And this is obviously more of a import or domestic. Luxury stores, a little bit different. But this is just kind of a baseline structure. 25% commission on the front gross, no minimum unit cap, $100 spiff for each 30-day unit sold. This should try to move those aged inventory. You can do $1,000 bonus at 15, 2,000 at 20, or you can spread them out depending on what kind of volume your store does. If it's a luxury store, maybe it's not as high, but there's plenty of luxury stores out there that have high volume. It just depends on your market for sure. Example calculation, say they sell 15 cars, they've got 42 grand in gross, 25% commission, you can pay out pretty good. Total on a salesperson should be making about 10, 15 grand if they're doing that kind of volume. This structure rewards salespeople for both volume and aging reduction without inflating total payroll. So rule number 3, always tie extra pay to extra effort, not base performance. BDC pay plan. Here's another example. BDC is your first impression. They control the top of the funnel, not the sale, but the opportunity to sell. These are your liners, and you should pay for the top liners in the country. It's one thing to have salespeople do everything, but when you are specializing in just BDC, they need to be the top performing liners. So if you consider them your alley-oop stars. They're going to tee you up and you're going to close them. So Structure, base pay, 2,500 a month, plus you start doing on paying on per appointment, per appointment shown, per appointment sold, verified in the CRM, of course, and bonuses on a 70% show rate or better. On this example, you know, they should be making $6,000-7,000 a month, depending on how many appointments they set. They're paid for what they can control: effort, quality, and conversion. So rule number 4, BDC should earn like closers because they're the reason you get to close. So used car manager pay plan. A used car manager should make strong money for strong results, but not just because cars. They should earn based on profit, quality, turn speed, and net performance. Let's use the baseline 100 car store. Say they're averaging 1,500 up front, 2,500 in the back, total $400,000 in gross. Say they do a 30% net to gross. They're really on top of expenses, or you have a return on sales of 4.5%. So you structure it, $4,000 month plus 4% total front and back. Then you give them a bonus on turn rate. Then you bonus them on net to gross as long as it's above 30%. Example calculation: they should be making between 20 and 25,000. That's the sweet spot. A strong month will net them that, but slower months sit around 18 to 19. It rewards disciplined, process-driven management without overspending payroll. An option stretch bonus: if a store exceeds 120 units and holds the net to gross 30% or greater, add a $2,500 bonus performance kicker. This will keep your manager chasing growth, not just coasting. So rule number 5, pay for net results, not noise, but make winning worth it. Recon service pay plan example. Service and recon play a bigger role in used success than most realize. If recon slows down, everything stops. So you got to structure it $4,000 a month, $25 per vehicle completed within 3 days, $100 bonus for perfect week, no delays, 3% of internal gross profit on door rate work only. Example: 100 cars, $25, or times $25 is $2,500. 3% of 80,000 in internal gross is $2,400. 3 perfect weeks, $300 total, making $9,200 a month. This motivates the recon team to move fast, bill properly, and prioritize used car flow. So rule number 6, speed deserves a paycheck, not a pat on the back. Gross velocity turns speed into money. Pay plans should also reward gross velocity, the rate of which profit turns. So you get your formula: gross ROI divided by the day equals front gross and divided by days in stock. If the average ROI per day exceeds $100, pay performance bonus to the used car manager and desk manager. It keeps everyone focused on turning inventory, not just stacking deals. Example: 100 cars store, 1,500 gross equals 150 grand in gross. Average days in stock is 30. So you do 150,000 divided by 100 times 30. So that would be 116 day ROI. Exceeds 100 target, you get $1,000 bonus. So rule number 7, gross that turns twice is worth more than the gross that sits. And here's your accountability tie-in. Every pay plan must tie back to accountability metrics. This is from the last chapter. If a manager misses recon time targets, net to gross drops, or walk rates increase, bonuses should adjust accordingly. So if your time to frontline is, under 3 days, then it should be a $500 bonus. If it's 45-day units and it's greater than 10% or less than 10%, you do a $500 bonus. Market rank top 5 average. If it is yes, and it's $500. Lead response under 10 seconds, under 15 minutes. That's $500. So this turns accountability into compensation. Now your team doesn't need to be chased, they chase themselves. So rule number 8, when pay and process align, culture takes care of itself. So red flags in the design of pay plans, watch for these. They quietly destroy culture and profitability. Flat commissions that ignore gross, volume-only bonuses that encourage stuffing deals, tier cliffs that promote gamesmanship, unclear back-end splits that create resentment, recon rate manipulation between service and sales. So you need to keep your pay plans transparent and self-funding. If the store wins, everyone wins. Rule number 9, the best pay plan doesn't cost you, it funds you. And here's the 11th point, and this is the last one. So your manager checklist, it all comes down to a checklist. Everybody should have a checklist. Review pay metrics by department, gross, ROI, day, age, percent. Coach lowest performer on controllable actions. Approve deals only with all pay plan KPIs logged, TO, gross, recon, etc. Weekly, review velocity, gross, and accountability bonuses with managers. Audit pay plan alignment. Verify what's being rewarded matches what you wanted repeated. And monthly, calculate net to gross by department and correlate to comp. Adjust thresholds or bonuses if the plan is paying too much for the wrong result. Recognize top performers publicly. So here's the last thing. Bottom line, you can't change behavior by talking about it. You have to pay for it. The best pay plans are simple, aligned, and self-correcting. They make people want to execute process because process equals paycheck. So final rule, culture follows compensation. The moment your pay plans reinforce the same habits your process demands, speed, discipline, and accountability, your operation will start running itself. And that's when you stop managing people and start managing profit.